Tom, Foul Body Autopsy.
Do some sort of handshake.
Yeah, I'll do the kind of handshake thing. Oh, yeah, let's do this. Yeah.
That'll do.
So you are the entire band.
Yeah.
Are you no backing musicians? It's just you doing everything today as well.
Yeah, just me today.
Yeah. You're on the Jägermeister stage.
Yeah.
Is this the first time you've played Bloodstock?
No, third.
I thought you played before. Yeah.
Yeah, won Metal to the Masses in 2011.
Yeah.
Played Jaeger New Blood that year.
Yeah.
Played 2015, did Jaeger again.
Yeah.
And then 2019 it's Jaeger again.
Yeah. So by invitation this time, I take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 15 was invitation, and yesterday was invitation as well.
Okay. All good stuff. What have you got planned for us?
A lot of new stuff, really. It's mostly new stuff, actually. I was going to do a bunch of older stuff, and then went, it's too hard. It takes a bit of effort, unfortunately. So I've got it's what I think is a pretty good set.
Yep.
It's usually just because I'm just used to it.
Yeah.
So I've got that lined up. It's got some stuff from the first album, a lot of stuff from the new album, and then some stuff from the new EP. So it's a nice blend of stuff.
So as a multi-instrumentalist, what made you decide to go the solo route for your live music rather than getting session musicians or forming a band?
For the live route, it's money. I mean, I could have a band live, but it would cost money.
Yeah.
Or it would have to be like the Mustaine thing, where you're going like, this is my thing.
Yeah.
And you kind of do as you're told.
Yeah.
And I don't really want to be Mustaine.
Yeah.
So then anyone wants to be Mustaine. Or you've got the Devin Townsend thing, where you're sort of having to placate people to make sure that they're comfortable, but then also kind of have to tell them what to do.
Yeah.
So it's easy just doing things by yourself.
Makes sense.
But it did have a lineup at first.
Yeah.
Like it had very early on had a lineup which fell apart before a gig, and I did it with the drum machine.
Yeah.
And then it just worked out. So I've just sort of stuck this way since.
So how do you prep for a live show? I mean, ordinarily, obviously, a regular band would get together, do rehearsals. With you just being the only musician there, you've got to get obviously some backing tracks, whatever, together. How long does it take to put together a live show before you play it?
This one, because I've been doing this set most of this year, it was just a case of getting any extra bits that need to be done. So the new stuff's a lot more layered. Yep. So there's at least 3 or 4 guitars in certain choruses.
Yep.
So in the choruses there's about 4 guitars, and then on top of what I'm playing. Because when I was writing it, I didn't think at the time, you're gonna have to play this live, you know? Yep. But it's what sounded good at the time. So it's basically making sure that all of the layering's in there. Yep. But mostly live it's just the guitar, a bit of bass, drums, and then in choruses or big bits it's got a few extra little bits like keyboards and a few extra guitars, maybe playing leads and stuff that I can't play. Yeah. So it's like if I've got to do the rhythm, I can't play lead and sing at the same time. So that'll be in the backing track instead of. Yeah. So it's just logistically trying to figure out like what can I play and what will sound good live in the backing track versus what I'll be playing. So it takes about, it took about a month to put the set list together, just and make it all work, because you can spend hours fiddling and going, oh, actually I think that needs to go up by like a dB, and then that needs to go down by a dB. Yeah. Oh, what if I add that? Yeah. So there's little bits where I've gone like, oh, in the choruses I'll add my vocal from the recording, but I'll wash it out with tons of reverb, but and then just put it in as a texture. So you've just got like just extra textures in the chorus to make it sound bigger, and that goes on for months, because you just spend months going, oh, I'll put that in, that'll sound great, and then it just goes on and on and on. Yeah. So it just takes a while. But then
one change leads to another one, and
But rehearsals are easy because I just do them in my own studio. So I just sort of set up, put my in-ears in. Yeah. The only thing that's actually sort of live in the room is vocals, so I'm just hearing my vocals loud as hell. Yeah. But I've got this weird thing, my skull is quite resonant, so I never have to have my vocals in any monitoring at all. So it's like, it's the loudest thing I can hear no matter what. Yeah. So it's like anytime I'm doing vocals, all I can hear is my voice. Yeah. So it makes it, for in-ears, it's really weird. So they go like, oh, do you know what vocals in there? It's like, no, it's coming out of my face. Yeah. I can hear it.
So I mean, the band name or the project name, Foul Body Autopsy, it sounds really like grisly and metally and Cannibal Corpsey, but that doesn't really suit your lyrical themes and so forth.
No, I mean early on it did, because I'm a huge Necrophagist fan, and that's where I sort of stole the name from them. And early on it was very sort of Necrophagist worship, but as I've gotten older, it's slowly become more melodic. But it's easier to play. It sounds better, it's more popular, and it's easier to play.
you're the musician.
Yeah, it's just where I've been trying to write death metal stuff recently, and it's just gone. I can't do it. Everything I write just comes out like sort of more mellow death now. So maybe mellowed out as I've gotten older.
Yeah. So it wasn't really a conscious move to go that way. It's just this is what you're enjoying. This is what you find easy to write.
It just happened.
Yeah.
It was really weird. Like This Machine Kills Zombies, the new album, came out of nowhere because I was at uni at the time. And I didn't really get a lot of time to play guitar, so anytime I pick up a guitar, I'd end up writing a full song. So I just end up I have everything plugged in through my computer, so I just end up hitting record. I'd write a full song, and then I'd end up sort of just archiving it and then coming back to a full album about 2 years later. I went, oh, okay, I suppose I better release this then. But I was a bit freaked out at the time. I even put a post on the page saying, I've got a new album, but it's really melodic and I feel really weird about it and I don't know if I want to release it. And a load of the fans just went, just release it. Whatever you do, we'll support you. Which is nice to have that in your fan base where they're not going to complain if I do something different.
So how ell's the new album gone? It's been out for a few months now, I think, isn't it?
New album's been out for over a year, and then there was an EP that was a follow-up. So I managed to get some time with Ross Russell. Because I've worked with him before. I managed to get some time with him again. And I had a couple of songs. I thought, well, I can do a sequel to the album because it's a concept album anyway. And it's just worked out beautifully. So all the reviews have been really good. There's been the odd review that's like, it's kind of generic. It's like, that was kind of the point.
Just no joke. So you've played here a few times. The years you're not playing, do you come here as a fan?
Yeah. I mean, I tend to sort of do a year, skip a year, and it depends on who's playing. But I mean, last year I was here, but I wanted to see Gojira, but Gojira were the only band on the day I wanted to see, so I skipped Saturday and came on Sunday to watch all my friends' bands. Because I've always come from the underground anyway, so I've never been to a big gig. I've never seen Metallica. I've never went to any big gigs. I always went to underground shows. So I tend to just watch the underground bands while I'm here.
So is that what draws you back to Bloodstock rather than say, do you go to any other festivals? Or is this
is the only one. Other than Uprising. I mean, Uprising in Leicester, I go to that. But half the time because I'm working it. But this is pretty much the only one that I'll come to. Because it's underground. It's where it should be. You get some big bands on the main stage, but then you get all of the small bands everywhere else. Hence why I can play on the fourth stage is because you've got Parkway Drive headlining that stage, pulling in an audience. But then all these small bands get the advantage to play with Parkway Drive on the main stage.
We played the same bill as Parkway Drive, the same bill as Sabaton, the same bill as Scorpions.
But the fact is, I've been able to say multiple times that I've played with Motorhead. And that's because I played with Motorhead here in 2011. You just don't put in context. Like, I was playing like the two smallest stages, but it's nice how you can do that because it's like all these really small bands that some work their way up the stages as well. So and then some like me who are more underground sort of bubble where they were, but each time you're sort of slightly higher on the bill.
I've noticed quite a few of the bands we've spoken to recently. I think the openers on the main stage on Friday. They've worked their way up literally step by step, and it's nice to see that you put the work in. As you said yourself, you give those little changes, you get the fan base that's prepared to accept those changes, and you'll work your way up.
I mean, it's nice that this festival will support the underground because there's so many festivals that just don't. And I judge metal for masses in Leicester, so you kind of you spend the entire time going like, this band are representing Leicester, so they can't suck. We have to put the best band through. It's basically get the best band into the final, so then Rob or Simon can make the decision based on what they think is best. But we've got to make sure that the final bill is like, I would be proud to have any of those bands represent Leicester. That's kind of what you've got to get to, and it can be really stressful.
How did you find judging it? Is it sometimes easy, sometimes hard? Do you find some bands are like, you're nice to come, but or you're sitting there every round going, which two do we pick?
It's sometimes it can be. Sometimes the crowd vote can be a huge help because we have a crowd vote and it's very democratic. So if we can't make a decision, you sort of go, well, this is what the crowd want. So we'll go, what will they want? If we genuinely cannot make a decision at all. But we've got the wildcard system. So if there's a band that the crowd didn't really get, but we liked, we can put them through and do things like that. So we can kind of make things work based on what bands we think are going to work here. Because obviously, just because if you win the crowd vote, it's not necessarily just because I mean, a lot of those people aren't necessarily going to come to Bloodstock. You sort of got to think which bands are going to work best here, and it can be kind of stressful. But at the same time, I was filming all of it as well, so I filmed all of it. It's all on the Leicester Metal Massive Facebook page, so you can watch all of this year's rounds.
Make your own mind up as to whether the right bands won.
Yeah, all the way through until the final.
So who won the Leicester this year?
It was 28 Double.
So many people have been saying good things about them as well. I've heard a lot of good.
They flew completely under my radar.
Yeah.
It was kind of strange because there was a bunch of bands who sort of going, well, you always have your favourites, and they flew completely under my radar. And then at the final, you went, oh shit, it's going to be them. Because I was sat filming it, and I sort of, and my favourite band had played, and I'd said to Rob, what do you think?
Yeah.
And he's sort of going, nothing's really sold me yet. And then 28 Double went on, and I just sort of caught him, and he looked at me, smiled. I was like, right. But by that time, I've been watching them going, okay, I didn't notice these guys before, because they were always good enough to get through. Yeah. But you never sort of, it was just one of those bands that sort of go, I'm not really noticing them, so they just went straight under the radar and then won.
Yeah. But
Graves with a Jaeger band that have gone through from Leicester.
Yeah.
Throughout the rounds, I was sort of going, it was okay, but then at the final, they just smashed it. So this is the best I've seen them all year.
Yeah.
So it goes like that. You'll end up seeing a band like 3 times in a row and go, it's not really doing anything for me, and then suddenly at the final, it just all comes together. And
as long as it works for them on the final day, that's the important one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like, don't fuck up the final. You can limp through the rounds, but like by the final, fucking put some effort in.
I think on that piece of advice, we've got a few more bands queued up for interviews. So don't fuck up the final. If you're doing Metal to the Masses, Leicester or anywhere,
don't fuck up the final.
Don't fuck up the final. So it's been an absolute pleasure. Really looking forward to seeing you live. I've not caught you live yet myself before, so I'm indicating today. So
I'll try not to disappoint.
Yeah, don't fuck up the Jaeger stage. Yeah.
Don't tell me that.
Thanks for your time. Break a leg or whatever it is you say to musicians, and we'll catch you later this evening.
Break a knee.
Break a knee. Break a knee. Cheers. Thanks for your time.
Thanks.